Govindan Aravindan is a genius filmmaker, and this film is another testimony to his immaculate filmmaking skills. Hi, guys, this is Farhad, and welcome back to my channel Popcorn Reviews. If you're new to this channel, then please smash that subscribe button now, and remember to like and comment on this video as the video ritual. Liking and commenting helps fuel the YouTube algorithm. With that, let's get back to our review. And today, the Malayalam film that we are going to be talking about from the Blast from the Past section is the 1985 Malayalam film called Chidambaram, which is directed by Govindan Aravindan, and it stars Gopi, Bharat Gopi, which is Smita Patil and Sreenivasan. Now, Chidambaram is essentially just a one-liner story of how a situation arises in which a man, he gets slightly infatuated with a married woman who happens to be the wife of one of his workers that are there, and the dynamics that happens within that space is what essentially the story is. Now the story here, it deals with a lot of themes that are there. Firstly, the minute themes that are there is of the caste system which is prevalent, and you see the character of Shankaran, which is played by Bharat Gopi. You see him being very free with his worker, which is played by Sreenivasan. On the other hand, his colleague, whose name is Jacob, he maintains a distance, and there is a sort of an authority that is there. And that theme, I think, is maintained right throughout the screenplay as well. As far as Shankar is concerned, he's very friendly with the family, and also, he shares a very warm presence even in front of the character of Smita Patil that is there, called Shivakami, and she reciprocates that bond as well, although it's not entirely clearly highlighted of whether there's a romantic angle to it. It's much more of respect, and it's of warmth. It's more of companionship and friendship that is there, which is misconstrued by people around them. And there is a major incident that happens in the second hour, which actually then changes the so to say, the tone of the film as well. It starts with a drama and gets into a very dark space that is there, in which the character of Shankaran, played by Bharat Gopi, he undergoes a lot of guilt until there is redemption right at the end. Now, if I were to just listen to the story, I would feel, oh, it's a little banal for me. It's a little plain. There's nothing really that is happening in the story. There may not necessarily be high points in the story or low points, barring that one incident that changes the course of the film that is there. Other than that, there's nothing that the film has to say. But it is the directorial genius of Govindan Aravindan, the immaculate filmmaker that he is, that he infuses the story in the presentation style that is there, in the esoteric style that he believes in, by making silence as a virtue, as a very strong virtue in this film. There are moments which are just silent, especially with the character of Shimakami, who is played by Smita Patil. She her ability to deal with the surroundings that is there, initially getting afraid with the sounds that is there, to slowly warming up to the new place, similarly to that of the character of Gopi that is there. Similarly, the equation that she shares with Gopi, I think it was similar in that trajectory, getting a little shy at the beginning, but then slightly warming up, so much so that she even wanted him to write a letter to him. Such moments that are there, that adds layers and adds to the complexity of the drama that is there, the drama which is written, and the mythological inferences at the end, I think, were outstanding. I was actually wondering where this film is headed, and why is this film titled Chidambaram. Now the film ends at the temple of Chidambaram, which is said to be the temple of Lord Shiva. Now the inference here is that Shankaran is another name for Lord Shiva, and also Shiva Kani, which also is like a devotee of Lord Shiva. This is in reference to goddess Kali, and Chidambaram, the temple, is has a female deity also by the same name as that of the character of Smita Patil that is there, and that is the cultural reference of the equation of the two that are there, which represent the relationship between Lord Shiva and Shiva Kami. Here Shiva Kami is more tilted towards goddess Kali, on which basis of which the temple was built on. And I think that inference at the end totally makes sense. It's almost like another circle of life that is shown, where the destiny of an individual lays at the temple that is there, in this case Shankaran, where he actually finds peace and redemption at the end while looking at his devotee, in a way a devotee who is in awe of his presence. It's not that the character of the wife was cheating on her husband, but she was in awe of this personality that is there. And I think the subtle difference that was there between the two streaks that were there, of having to cheat and cross the line versus just being a devotee and staying within the line, that is beautifully highlighted by the director here, and it leads to such wonderful performances also. I was so impressed by Sreenivasan, who, this wasn't comedic role, unlike what he's known for, and he's an incredible actor with an incredible range. Like I said, he's the MVP of the Malayalam film industry, and he does such a wonderful job here, as the brooding husband who slightly, leads to a little bit of, doubting his wife, so to say, towards the end, that leads to an incident. Smita Patil also has a wonderful screen presence, and there's a softness in her personality that reflects on the screen here as well. But the show really belongs to Bharat Gopi. I think he was incredible here. His personality exuded of the warmth of his character, and I think he did a wonderful job. There was a charming presence in his acting as well, which was far from his role that I had seen in Yavanika, and that was a different kind of a film, different kind of a role. And here even his look was different, and he exuded of that positivity that was there when you're looking at him on screen. It was an incredible performance, there's no doubt about that. So overall, I felt that Chidambaram is a complex film. Again, it's not a very simple film to understand. You need to do a little bit of reading, like I did also, but it's worth it. It's worth the film, worth the images that are there. I think the restored copy on YouTube, which also has the subtitles, I think was wonderful. It was wonderfully restored in 4K, where I watched it. And I think it was a film that I really enjoyed, and thank you so much for the recommendation. Again, Chidambaram is highly recommended. So if you're liking this video, please smash that like button. Let me know your experience on watching this film. Oh boy, I mean, all of them are bangers. I mean, I'm just sitting here and saying, oh, will I have to criticize a film? The answer so far is no. I don't have any reason to criticize such films. And truly, the 80s in the Malayalam film cinema was actually a gold mine that you guys have been telling me, and I'm slowly getting the hang of why it was a gold mine. Every other film that I'm picking, and I'm literally hand picking the films. It's not that I have a pre-planned agenda of watching only good films, I'm just hand picking them from the recommendations that you have provided, and each one of them has been a banger so far. So thank you so much for recommending, and also keep recommending me these films. Keep sharing your experiences on what made this film special to you when you'd watched it. Then the idea is also to introduce these new films to the new generation, to my generation, and to my next generation that are there. So I hope for that you need to also share this video with your friends and family. Ask them to subscribe to the channel, but remember also to like and comment. That fuels the YouTube algorithm. Also visit my site Popcorn Reviews with the double S. I've just put out a review today of the Pakistani series, that is the wonderful series called Barzakh. We don't do differentiation on our site on what content we are laying out, what we are not laying out. We do a global we cover it globally, so all films from across the world, shows and series from across the world will be reviewed on my site. So remember to visit my site as well. Visit my social media handles like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Letterboxd. All details are in the description box below. You can also read the reviews in your language. There's a translate into button. Remember, you can read it in your language as well. And there is almost a daily review every day on the site. Everything, something new there, some activity there. Keep an eye on that along with the YouTube channel. Throw some love there as well. I'll see you again soon with another video. Till then, take care of yourselves and thank you so much for your love and support. Cheers.